Miscellaneous Important Subjects for Tax Preparers, 2021 to 2022. There may be times when a property owner will bring in their tax bill and it does not show a lottery credit amount. Additional steps need to be taken to not only prepare the homestead credit, but to assist the taxpayer with the process to get it on the tax bill for the following year and also to receive the lottery credit from the state by check. Here is the link where forms needed can be found. This is a sample copy of the Wisconsin Lottery Credit Form. This form goes to the county treasurer in order to have the lottery credit included on the following year's tax bill. It is a fillable form. Enter the mailing information for the county, fill out an envelope for the taxpayer, and include a post-it advising them to sign and return to the treasurer in order to have the lottery credit on the next year's tax bill. Be sure to fill in as much information as you have, such as the property address, the parcel number, and so on. Make it as simple as possible for these taxpayers. They probably got one of these when they bought their property. However, they may have gotten confused and did not submit it to the treasurer. We'll help them out in getting that done. If the lottery credit was not included on their tax bill, they still have the right to receive it. This is a sample copy of last year's late lottery tax form. This needs to be mailed to the Wisconsin Department of Revenue along with a copy of the tax bill. The Wisconsin Department of Revenue will then mail them a check for what the lottery credit should have been. Fill out an envelope for the taxpayer and clearly mark where they need to sign and mail to the Wisconsin Department of Revenue in order to get this refund check. Please note the deadline for this is October 1st of the current tax year. Again, you need to fill in as much information as you have in order to eliminate any rejects. This link will bring up a PDF listing of the lottery credit amounts by county, municipality, and school district. Use this PDF to find a lottery credit amount if you are working on a homestead where the tax bill does not reflect one. Here is a copy of the 2021 rent certificate. We sometimes need to assist clients with this in order to get the landlord's signature. These forms absolutely need the landlord's signature. We need to enter the information exactly as we see it. If something looks wrong to you, you certainly may call the landlord to clarify. Wisconsin employees, such as those employed by schools, local, county, and state governments, pay 1/2 of the contribution for Wisconsin retirement. This differs from their 403B deferred compensation plan. Many employers do not make a notation on the W-2. We need to calculate manually to verify the difference in taxable and non-taxable income. This contribution qualifies as a pre-tax retirement and can be used for the Retirement Savers Credit. Here is the calculation for this total. Sometimes it is included in box 14, which makes it very easy for us. But if the difference between the wages and the Social Security wages do not have a notation in any of the boxes, such as 14 or any of the 12 boxes, you may have to do this calculation. You can contact your site coordinator if you're unsure. In TaxSlayer, this is where you will find the Wisconsin Retirement section. By choosing Retirement, not in box 12, carry to Form 8880, this amount will be included in the calculation for the Retirement Savers Credit. Education deduction. Typically, taxpayers benefit from the education credits rather than this deduction. It has been repealed for tax year 2021 on. If we are filing a past year tax return, we could consider using it if the amounts paid are large enough. Unemployment insurance income is taxable income. For tax year 2020 only, the first $10,200 of unemployment income was non-taxable. Unfortunately, some filers did not realize that and did not have enough set up for withholding. If you are filing a 2020 return, and this is the case, contact your site coordinator for more guidance. From 2021 on, all of the unemployment insurance is taxable income. For tax years prior to 2020, unemployment insurance is taxable income. One source of confusion at the tax site is with the Form SSA 1099 used for reporting Social Security income. Taxpayers may tell you they are receiving Medicare, but there are no Medicare deductions reflected on the 1099 SSA. Typically, this happens when the taxpayer has purchased what's called an Advantage plan. What that is that Medicare automatically sends the payments to this Advantage plan. Therefore, no payments show on their SSA 1099. Sometimes taxpayers collect on the records of another taxpayer, such as a spouse could be collecting on their deceased husband. A child could be collecting on their disabled parent. So those children who receive benefits based on the parent's status, this amount is not added to household income, not included on the tax return as income, and is not includable for homestead. A couple other things that we see are repayment amounts and lump sum payments. If you have lump sum payments, please see your site coordinator for the proper way to enter those. Repayment amounts, you simply just add to the tax layer exactly the way you see it. Economic impact payments are also called stimulus payments. This tab will show us the amount they received for the third EIP. The taxpayer also received a letter showing the amount that they received. If they can't find the letter, they can check their bank statements for March or April of 2021 for the amount received. Be sure to enter the information exactly as the last return filed when using the tab. Example, if their address was Lane and it was submitted as capital L, capital N, put that in. Do not put capital L, A-N-E, or capital L with a small n. It has to be exactly the way the last return was filed. Who qualifies for the Recovery Rebate Credit? The Recovery Rebate Credit is figured using the amounts from the 2021 Economic Impact Payment, except that the credit eligibility and the credit amount are based on the tax year 2020 information showed on that return. Generally, the taxpayers are eligible to claim this recovery rebate credit if they were a U.S. citizen or resident alien, they were not a dependent of another taxpayer, they had a Social Security number valid for employment that was issued before the due date of your 2021 tax return. The income cannot meet the maximum limits. Incarcerated people are included in this payment. Another type of payment that they typically did not get the $1,400 for would be for a child that was born in 2021. The taxpayer can take the recovery rebate credit for any rebate amount that is more than what they received in 2021. 3 economic impact payments have been issued. 2 of those were in 2020, and the $1,400 payment is a 2021 payment. With the first round, no one got a stimulus check if one spouse had an ITIN. That changed for the second and third stimulus check, so that any spouse and dependent on the return who has a Social Security number will receive the payment. TaxSlayer will handle this calculation depending on what we enter in the Economic Recovery Credit field. There are two places where we enter the amount received for the economic impact payment. When doing the basic information, there will be a field where you can enter that amount. What that does is generates this recovery rebate credit. You can check the amounts that have been received by clicking the edit on this button and make sure everything is correct. The recovery rebate credit screen looks like this in TaxSlayer. We're hoping that the clients will be providing the letters received from the IRS telling them how much they received in stimulus payments. If they did not, we need to rely on the intake interview to determine what totals to put in these boxes. TaxSlayer will calculate any additional amounts due to the taxpayer. If the client does not remember how much they had, if they did not keep the letter from the IRS, we can do an alternate way of getting this information by having them check their checking account or bank savings account statements to find out how much was received. It would have come in either March or April of 2021. Due to COVID-19 and many people being put on unemployment or simply out of work for tax year 2020, the IRS has allowed the taxpayers to use the total of their earned income for 2019 when filing their 2020 or 2021 tax returns. The reason we do this is for the earned income tax credit or the additional child tax credit. We cannot use the 2020 income for the 2021 calculation if it is larger than the current year. We can only use the amount of the earned income from 2019. This sounds difficult. It is not. See your site coordinator if you come across something like this. Many taxpayers are not going to be aware of this provision, and they could miss out on claiming a much needed earned income tax credit dollars. The workaround for this is simple. It is located in the personal information section. For returning clients, we can look at the 2019 tax return and find out how much earned income they had in 2019. If that exceeds the amount of earned income in either 2020 or 2021, that's the amount we will want to use. Remember, it is only earned income. We can discuss this with the taxpayer during the tax prep process if they are not returning clients and have unemployment income rather than earned income. Once you check the box, this screen comes up. The pandemic is considered a disaster. You will check the yes box and enter the 2019 earned income in the prior year tax box. By checking this box, it will add this tab to the income screen. You should not have to take this any further because the amounts entered previously flow through and the drop-down will autofill to the best method. Nothing to it. You are done. Let the fun begin. Thank you for assisting with our volunteer income tax assistance program. We could not do it without you.